low.
Yep.
On it! Go up!
Got it.
I got you! On it!
My turn.
On it! I got you! Come up you go!
Get lost.
Leave it to me! Go up!
My turn. Yeah.
I got you!
Yeah. Be gone.
Leave it to me!
Got it. Get lost.
On it!
My turn.
Leave it to me! Gotta get used to playing this again. Been playing other games. At least the characters had more moves. I got you! Leave it to me!
Yep.
On it!
Got it.
Leave it to me! Come up you go!
My turn. Be gone.
I got you!
Yep.
On it! Leave it to me! The moveset is just small. It's the usual problem. This game doesn't give you the best first impression because they only give you like one character for like half of what's in early access, and they only have like 3 moves. I definitely think that they should change that. If nothing else, let you tag a lot sooner, so you can actually see the fun of the combat system, but I know that there's like another weapon that's hidden in here somewhere, but I haven't looked up where it is. But it's a good game. It's not a bad game at all.
Got it.
I got you. On it.
My turn. Get lost.
Leave it to me. It is early access, so maybe they'll expand their movesets later, but yeah, kind of the same problem as a lot of other games. There's not that many options, so when you have one character, the game feels very limiting.
Up you go! I got you! Leave it to me!
My turn. Be gone!
On it!
My turn. Get lost!
I got you! On it! Go up! Open wide! Leave it to me!
Get lost!
Up you go! Leave it to me!
My turn.
On it!
Nice PS2 era level design. Short and to the point. Mostly just flat combat rooms. The peak character action level design, in my opinion. Very light on gimmicks. Tell the developers of this game actually knows what makes this genre fun, instead of trying to appease reviewers who don't even like playing these kinds of games. You know, there's like hazards and stuff, but like no like puzzles or anything. Stuff that really grates on you after you play the game more than once. Hope they maintain this design philosophy. It's really good.
My turn. Get lost!
Say they need to improve the beginning of the game quite a bit, though. Game kind of catfishes you a little bit. It doesn't help that the game is also early access, so the game gives you 4 characters at the intro, but then because it's early access, you can't actually play as them past that, and then you're stuck with one character. And this game definitely struggles with what a lot of other tag-based action games suffer from, which is when you take the tagging away, the combat is very boring. It's because one character in this game does not have the options that you would expect from a character action game protagonist. So spend a lot of time doing the same moves over and over. Hopefully they'll expand the moveset, but I don't know if they're going to continue to do that, like, when the game gets more content, or if it will, you know, even out later, like on the second playthrough or something. The first couple levels of this game were really boring. It's kind of just doing a high time into Helmbreaker. But then when you get the tagging, it like really opens up. It's actually a really cool combat system that I haven't entirely gotten good at yet. For what it's worth, the platforming actually feels pretty good. The character is responsive. It's not like Astral Chain, where they tried to have platforming, but it's like the jankiest, most unfun thing ever. Platforming feels like it has a reason to be there, basically. Instead of a lot of other character action games, it's just there because they want easy variety at the cost of it actually being fun. I do like that about this game. If you're gonna have platforming in the game, it should actually feel like not a chore.
My turn.
I'm playing really bad right now. I'm getting used to it.
Get out of there, Axel! Get out of there! Come on, move, you jerk! Oh, Jace! Could we move? Could we stinking move in this game? Get it? No! Get the turkey! This stupid game! I hate this stupid game. Complete garbage. Prioritize the turkey for crying out loud, you stupid jerk game. I swear, getting to an item is impossible! This game sucks, man. It sucks. Sucky game. I died on Shiva, you stupid jerk game, man. That's not my fault. This game sucks. Sucky game, dude. That's not my fault.
I'm kind of glad I died. I had an excuse to use that. I set those up. Set those up before I started streaming. People will mod it out as always, but yeah, they seem to be very indecisive with how they want the combat to work. I don't know. Feels like the juggle limit makes no sense because, you know, the game already has damage scaling, right? So you can't juggle things to death in the first place. But then they have the damage scaling and the juggle limit, and that just feels way too overbearing. You know, having damage scaling on juggles in action games is nothing new. PS2, it goes back as far as PS2 Dynasty Warriors games. You know, they would take half damage when you put them in the air. That's not the problem. The problem is you have an arbitrary 6 or 7 second limit, and then also there's damage scaling. So it's like, the damage scaling already prevents it, right? You know, like, Pirate Yakuza is a good example. If you mod out the juggle limit, I mean, you still have to let them actually fight you. Because eventually, after, I don't know, maybe like 10 seconds or so, they start only taking 1 pixel of damage every time you hit them, regardless of the strength of the move that you do. So, you still have to let them recover. You can't juggle them to death. But what's the reason to have both? There is no reason to have both. You already prevented people from juggling them to death, which is a good thing. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just, why do you have the juggle limit and the damage scaling? That's just too much. It's just making the game not fun, and there's not really any reason for it. But, yeah, the combat in those games isn't bad, but it feels like it's fallen off a lot since Lost Judgment, which pretty much everybody says is the best combat they've ever done, but they've only regressed since then. I think Like a Dragon Gaiden was like the worst because it had less juggle limit on the harder difficulty, so the game was quite literally less fun on the hardest difficulty because you could do less, which is always the kind of hard mode I like never do in video games. Like, they just like take mechanics away, and they don't like actually make it harder. It's just giving the enemies more health, which is really half-assed, and then like taking mechanics away so you can't even like interact with them in the same way you used to. Like, that just sucks. Yeah, but that's taking away options. Taking away options, and it doesn't make the game harder or more engaging. Quite literally just anti-fun.
My turn.
There definitely are games where they let you combo too easily, and it takes a lot of the difficulty away. I'm not going to sound like that's not true. But there's definitely ways to balance it, for sure. But they're not wanting to do that. They're not wanting to do that. You want to take the easy way out. DMC Reboot is a perfect example. You're like basically invincible when you're in the air. You launch an enemy in the air in that game, and like you're invincible. Like nothing can touch you, because they didn't design the enemies with any way to counter being launched in the air. And then like the Devil Trigger also launched everything in the air, so they're basically just punching bags. You don't want that either.
Leave it to me!
But I feel like there should be some kind of balance, letting the player like actually have fun. But I don't know. RGG Studios feels like they spam games too quick. They need to like slow down a bit.
Be gone!
Understand you can't make things better forever. eventually going to be retreading or only making like mild improvements. But I don't know. It's definitely weird how they had it right with that game and Lost Judgment, and then it's only been worse since then.
Leave it to me!
I like that you're not invincible when you're in the air in this game. You actually have to pay attention. I think is the best way to balance having a combo system.
Leave it to me!
Got it. Get lost.
Well, there was skill. There was skill in juggling in Lost Judgment. It was not easy to keep them juggled at all. And it had a gravity system, but the way that it works in the more recent games like Gaiden and Pirate, is that they just fall to the ground. There's not even any kind of skill application to that. They just like lose their hitbox and they just fall to the ground, which isn't interesting either.
On it! Come.
Well, it's ground only. That's interesting.
Leave it to me!
It's actually really slow. I'm not gonna buy that. I guess you're supposed to tag to make her safe, but yeah, it's not a set it and forget it kind of move. You gotta prepare it. Hopefully the damage pays off. Seems pretty slow. This is the demo boss.
Be gone! Be gone! Get lost!
On it! Leave it to me!
Oops.
Leave it to me! On it!
Got it!
Might Rhea, pretty good. But some of the controls and mechanics are kind of awkward. It's a good game though. He pushed it back to next
Good.
year.
Looks like it still works.
So I guess I think that's probably a blessing in disguise, because character action games are kind of I won't say oversaturated, but there's a lot of them right now. I think it has a better chance of standing out next year.
On it!
Get lost!
Leave it to me!
I played it on stream, but for a short time. Yeah, there's like, how many character action games in the past 6 months? There's been like 4, right? There's this, Lost Soulicide, Spirit X Strike, and then Ninja Gaiden 4 is like 2 weeks away. So, I don't know. I don't know if there was enough room for Might Rhea this year. Pretty tight schedule compared to other games.
I got this!
You know, Souls-likes have been pretty quiet for a while, right? Like, last major one was Kazan, and that was at like the beginning of the
On
year.
it!
First quarter of the year. Like, there's been a new character action game like every few months. For almost the entire year. So, I think it's a good thing that it's getting played. Especially if he's planning on doing early access. It's not going to be a full release. I think it's for the better, if you ask me.
I got this!
Put out a lot of the same game, at the same type of game at the same time. Even if they're all worth playing, it's just kind of a big ask, time and money-wise, right? You know, there were a lot of Souls-likes recently. And like, even if you like all of them, man, that's just such a big time and money sink. Luckily, the only full-priced character action game we've gotten was Lost Soulicide, which was, you know, full $60. This game is $20, and it doesn't have much content now, but it's definitely worth buying currently. It's a good game. Definitely want the moveset to be a little bit more expanded, and maybe they should improve the onboarding so you don't spend like half of the early access time with one character, but it's solid. You can tell these developers really know what they're doing. It's really annoying that a dodge doesn't clear that. I actually kind of don't like these enemies.
My turn.
Leave it to me!
Get lost!
On it!
What's going on here? Oh, I didn't see that guy. Where the heck did he come from? How do I get up there, though? Yeah, he won't chase. There he goes.
Get down!
He's hiding. The Might Rhea is good, but it has like 10 minutes of content. The mechanics take some getting used to because you can basically fly. The average character action game character is mobile, but you know their main state, default state is standing on the ground. So it takes some getting used to. I won't call it janky. It's just kind of awkward. So hopefully he finds a better balance. But yeah, it's got a lot of potential.
You pests
And I think
can't
putting it
even
out next year
comprehend
is
the event you're
a lot
about to
better
witness.
because, like I said, there's been
Soon I'll
a
shed
new
the
character
last
action
of
game
this
like every 2 months
weakness.
since like May.
No more questions. No more second
Maybe not
guessing.
every 2 months, but frequently. There's been a lot of them. Sometimes it just gets to the point where people don't even have time to play the games, even if they want to.
My turn.
I got you!
My turn.
On it! Rock!
Over here! No, over here!
Bingo! Bingo!
Over here! No, over here!
I got you!
My turn.
Leave it to me!
Over here! No, over here!
My turn. Got it. Get lost.
To think you'd push me this far.
Got a DT. I like the cutscenes. They're like low budget, but they're presented well. Arguably better than like Bayonetta. Bayonetta 1 had those really weird still image cutscenes that weren't very appealing to watch. I like how they did it here. They obviously don't have a Sega budget, but they look good considering their limitations.
Leave it to me!
Am I supposed to guard that or what? Really cool boss. Maybe a little bit too much health though. I guess you gotta really learn how to burst enemies down in this game. Doing basic combos won't get you far. Let's try again.
You pests. Over here! No, over here!
On it!
Over here! No, over here!
Leave it to me!
Supposed to guard that or what? I don't know what to do. Can't block it. What are you supposed to do?
Up you go!
My turn.
I got you!
I don't understand how you're supposed to dodge that. Because when you dodge in this game, there's a ton of recovery. And it stops being invincible, like, towards the end, and the lightning keeps making her safe. I don't understand what you're supposed to do there. I guess I have to watch somebody else play this. This is a blind playthrough. Cool boss, though.
Leave it to me!
Over here! No, over here!
Come!
Over here! No, over here!
Leave it to me! Get down!
Over here! No, over here! Over here! No, over here!
Leave it to me!
That was no damage. Just gotta figure out the second phase. There we go. Adapting instead of complaining. Yeah, you can't block it. You have to dodge it. I understand now. Approaching it the wrong way.
I got you!
My turn. My turn.
Leave it to me!
Yep. You asked for it.
She's in armor during that. That kind of sucks.
My turn.
I got you!
It is kind of whack that sometimes she gets armor during, like, powerful moves. It's like you should be able to, like, break it somehow. But, you really gotta give the bosses their turn. Well, I got the first phase down. Just gotta figure out the second phase. Could probably no damage this pretty easily.
Leave it to me!
Over here! No, over here!
Oops.
My turn.
I got you!
Yep.
I got you! me!
Over here! No, over here!
My turn.
Leave it to me!
Got it.
I got
My turn.
Alright, that's a little bit unfair. I don't know. Second phase is nowhere near as fun as the first one. This becomes way more spammy. It's not a bad boss fight, but
Where you belong!
second phase, I don't really... It's not really clear how to dodge the attacks. Like, when she does that lightning Helmbreaker, it's like... I don't know if you're supposed to parry that or not, because when I dodge, the lightning that she produces just clears my recovery.
You
So,
pests can't...
yeah, I don't know.
I got you!
I haven't watched anybody play this, so...
Up you go!
My turn.
I got you!
Over here! No, over here!
On it!
No escape!
Don't understand what you're supposed to do there.
Got it.
Over here! No, over here!
Leave it to me! Go up!
Over here! No, over here!
My turn.
I got you! On it!
Over here! No, over here!
On it!
Got it. Be gone.
There! No, it's... Over here! No, over here!
Leave it to me!
My turn.
I got you!
Can't even do the first phase now. Might be time to take a break. It's not the game's fault at all. I'm just straight playing bad at this point. It's not the game's fault.
Got it.
And you can't air dash it either because you collide with her. Must be missing something here.
Wait.
At least it's a second phase that's the same health bar instead of 20 health bars of the first phase and then 20 of the second one. I hate when games do that. It's exhausting. Yeah, the problem with making
Can't even comprehend
the second phase way more
adventure
difficult is that the
about
first one
witness.
just feels like waiting. So you get back to like the actual difficult part. That's the problem with multi-phase boss fights, is eventually
Over here! No, over here!
you get really good at the first part, and then every time you lose, you just gotta go back to this again.
Leave it to me!
It's not really this game's fault, it's just a fault of having more than one phase. Especially when there's like a big difficulty spike. You can often feel like you just want a checkpoint. not opposed to multi-phase boss fights having checkpoints. Some people might say it makes it too easy, but it reduces tedium. Especially when you're like barely getting hit by anything. I think I don't really have any problem with this part.
Yep.
I got this! On it!
My turn.
Leave it to me!
My turn.
On it! Leave it to me! I got this!
Problem I have right now is sometimes I make the right play, but I can't hit her because the chase has a limit. that is one legit criticism that's not a skill issue. Feels like the chase distance should be larger. There's definitely times in this boss fight where you defend against the attack, but she goes way too far, and there's supposed to be a punish window, but you can't chase over there, so she just gets to attack again. Everything else about this boss fight is completely fair, but I feel like they should make the chase lock-on window like a lot bigger. That'd be my one legit criticism. That's not me just being bad at the game. If you're expecting me to use it, it should work most of the time. But there's definitely times where you can't punish her at all. You can't get over there in time.
My turn.
On it!
No, I'm just playing bad in general.
I got this!
Over here! No, over here!
Leave it to me!
Over here! No, over here!
I got this! Go up!
Over here! No, over here!
I got this!
Like, perfect example right there. The chase just doesn't work. A little bit janky. You want it to feel rewarding when you get a punish window. It should work like every time, not just sometimes. Other than that, cool boss fight.
Leave it to me!
a fan of this either.
Yep.
Just turning invincible is not fun. Just gonna stop her from doing that. It's annoying. I don't like when bosses turn invincible. It's like it was engaging before, but then she starts doing that unfun attack where you just can't attack at all.
You pest.
Why can't I, like, get her out of that somehow? More interesting.
I got it.
It's being forced to wait.
Over here. No, over here.
What's up, Albie?
Over here. No, over here.
I got it. Get down.
Over here. No, over here.
Leave it to me. Go up.
Over here. No, over here.
I just like not playing well right now. Maybe I need more sleep or something. Not really the game's fault that I keep losing.
Got it.
I got it.
Over here. No, over here.
Leave it to me.
Got it.
Leave it to me.
Oops.
I got it.
Of course you got out of it somehow. Bitch. Doesn't turn invincible, just with armor. Hate that shit.
Leave it to me.
Can't punish, because she goes too far away.
Up you go.
Just die. Don't do your gimmick attack. No, they put that shield there so you can't skip it. My favorite. I hate shit like this. Come on, stop doing that. At least let me, like, break her out of it or something. Now, like, the rest of it is relatively easy, but that stupid gimmick attack, can't stand it.
You pest.
Stop making bosses turn invincible. The lamest part of games, man. Can't interact with them at all, they're just stuck.
Over here.
Hate when bosses do that when they're like almost dead. Should be a way to like skip it.
My turn.
Great, I don't get a punish. Because the chase stops working.
Leave it to me! That's it! On it! Leave it to me! On it!
Come on, just die!
Leave it to me!
Annoying. No, don't do your bullshit attack. Be able to get out of the combo like that.
On it!
This attack is just not fun. Keep it an honest boss fight until the end, where she just gets to be invincible for like 30 seconds. Stupid. At least let me, like, counter it somehow. Just stand there and wait.
Over here! No, over here!
Leave it to me!
Pew pew! Over here! No, over here!
Boss has too much health. Have an unfun attack like that. You have way less health.
Over here!
This makes the rest feel like a slog. I don't know why every boss has to turn invincible now. It's the lamest thing.
My turn.
It's like she has good moveset.
Over here!
It's not a bad moveset at all. It's fun to figure out how to dodge it, but turning invincible is whack. I'm like not even playing well now. It's not even the game's fault.
Got it.
Just annoyed at that stupid desperation move she does.
Over here!
There's ways to make the boss fight challenging instead of just
Leave it to
having
me!
them arbitrarily turn invincible. I might have to give this a break. I don't like the end of this boss fight. The rest of it is fine. It's a good boss fight. Just committed the sin of making him do these long attacks where you can't like, interact at all. You're just stuck waiting. No damage this like multiple times. This is kind of why I don't really like multi-phase boss fights in games. This is a good example. They have like one attack that's just designed to make you lose. And then you have to go through the rest.
I got it!
So stop making bosses turn invincible. Should be like, they can still do the attack, but you can stop them somehow, or at least cause some kind of damage, instead of just waiting.
On it! I got this.
Like, can you stop doing this, please?
Yep.
You've done it long enough. Proved your point. Stop doing this. How long does it go for? What the hell, man?
Leave it to me.
Of course. It goes on for like a minute. Why? Should be like parry it back or something so she stops doing it. Starting to get on my nerves.
You pest.
Half the time, she does something I can punish, but she goes too far away. It's like I miss out on damage of no fault of my own. Like, what reason is there for there to be a limit on how far you can chase? The game seems to be expecting you to do it, because she stands there for a while. It's a clear punish window. The issue is sometimes she just decides to do it far away, so you don't get the satisfying punish. I definitely think that's one thing that should be adjusted, like, game-wide. Boss fight is fine, but it's not satisfying when you get a punish window when the game doesn't actually do it.
My turn. Be gone.
I got it.
Oops.
My turn.
I'm gonna do this again.
Leave it to me.
My turn.
Leave it to me. Up we go.
My turn.
Right there, the chase just doesn't work. Why does it stop working?
My turn.
Leave it to me.
Yeah, do your unfun attack. Just get it over with already. Yeah, you can't stop them from doing that. Sucks balls. Ah, this is annoying. Stop already.
I got it.
Got it.
Leave it to me.
Yeah, good boss fight. There's two major problems. Well, actually, I would say three. First is the chase has a really strict distance on when you can do it. It's kind of strange because sometimes this boss will just troll you and go into the recovery on the other side of the map. So you dodge the attack, you interact with the boss properly, but then all you can do is just kind of slowly walk over there before she can initiate another attack. The other problem is the usual thing that happens when you make boss fights with difficulty spikes is eventually everything but the end becomes trivial. Which is kind of why I don't like when bosses turn invincible at the end, because it's just a way to pad out the game, basically. Like, you're gonna die to that first time, every time. And then, you know, depending on your skill level, like with me,
We did it.
the problem was, a lot of it was I was playing bad,
You okay?
and that's not the game's fault.
Yep.
But
hardly
the other
got the
problem
thing.
was the desperation move. I just didn't know how to
Whoa.
dodge it. But yeah, it's a lot better than most action game boss fights, especially because the hit stun is consistent. But I think the main thing to change, like when they go forward, is make it so if you're gonna have punish windows, the chase should just work all the time. If you're locked on, it should just work. It should be like Assault Spy, Ebon Thunder.
I love it.
Like, that worked from any distance, right?
No,
So-
no.
If you interacted with the boss properly, you could always punish. In this game, I won't say it's RNG, but if you're not at the right distance, you can't punish.
Crying is not gonna bring back the people you threw into that goop.
Are you stupid?
But yeah, good boss fight overall. A lot of that was admittedly me playing pretty bad. But,
Gone.
I don't know.
Forever. Serves you right.
Look, something's falling off of it.
I just feel like bosses turning invincible for like really long periods of time, right when they're almost dead, is kind of just a dick move. That's my take on it. If they're gonna do that, they should do that at the beginning of the boss fight,
What
not
are
at the
you
end when
talking
you've
about? No
played
place
properly
can
and you're like
come
utilizing the mechanics and everything.
Hey, easy there.
But yeah,
okay?
good game overall. I think they definitely need to make it so when you're locked onto something, the chase just works, period.
Spiky-headed
Because the
human.
game doesn't really tell you when
That's red.
you're not at the
I
right
don't
distance.
care.
I think bare minimum they should do that.
Finish me off already.
There are a lot of
Why?
punish windows you just can't get sometimes.
Lost, you won. Get it over with.
But yeah, that was mostly me playing bad.
Yeesh, what a sore loser.
I'm not gonna say the game is bad because I was
do it
playing bad,
already.
but there are some
Nah, I'm good.
fault
You got your
flaws
ass
that
kicked
boss
and
fight.
gave back what you took. Get someone else for your pity party.
I can't let them see me like this. So, just let it go, Sir Dropiat. You guys fought well. I don't want to lose any more of you.
Shit, you sure mellow up.
It's
when you're
nice
flat on
how
your
when you hit
ass.
this
Do you
boss,
think this is a game?
the same combo would
They
work
won't
every time. I
entrust
really
me
like
with
that.
anything
The hit
ever
stun is
again.
consistent. It's
You
not random.
ruined it. You ruined everything.
Definitely
And
not
now
a
you
perfect
get to
boss
sit
fight.
there and take it all in.
I feel like
My turn to
making
make
it so
them
chase
laugh.
works regardless
But
of
no.
distance would help a lot.
When they realized that I lost, they'll...
What about you? What do you want?
Huh?
How is it?
They've been through a lot, but I think they'll manage.
Oh, thank goodness. So they're back to normal.
Now that the moon's toast, a rescue team might show up soon.
A rescue team?
Right. I saw your old coworkers looking for survivors before coming here.
Ah, of course they are.
Nice low budget
That means
cutscenes.
we're done here, right? Let's go.
Quite a bit better than Bayonetta 1.
Dude, what about her?
You remember
Who
Bayonetta
cares?
1 where
Come
like
on.
sometimes they'd have like really sick motion
What am I
captured
supposed to
cutscenes and then
do
it would go
now?
to still images. It's just like more consistent.
Whatever the hell you want.
The art is really nice too, even if it's like minimally
Let's
animated. That was what sucked about Bayonetta 1.
Yo, you coming or what?
They give you like a really good cutscene and then like
Yeah.
immediately after that,
Yeah.
it's like 2
Let's
minutes
go.
of still images. really nice way to, like, get around, you know. This game is only made by, like, 2 people. So, it has a really nice art style. It's very consistent looking, and the cutscenes may not be, like, motion captured and everything, but, really solid. It's a good game overall, but, I don't know. The boss fight has some flaws, but it's definitely better than, like, a lot of other action games I play that are made by small teams. Really impressive game overall, but I do think $20 for this is a little bit steep. Because even if you get filtered like the boss like I was, you're going to be done with this in like 2 hours. And there is like an extra difficulty and an extra weapon, but you know, you factor in if you look for a guide for that, it's probably like another couple hours. But I'll definitely leave them some feedback. They were nice enough to give me a review key. It's a good game. Also, Steam Deck performance is really good. You get like a lock 60 on this at all times. It even automatically configures the settings to your hardware, which is like something a lot of big games don't have. This game is very impressive, but I do feel like mostly the chase mechanic needs a lot of work. At bare minimum, it should have like a indicator on the HUD where you can see like when you can do it and when you can't, because it's very inconsistent. But I do like how the bosses take hit stun, and even if they didn't, you know, you can guard and tag cancel out of anything. So even if the game did have like Arise bosses where you can't stagger them, it would still work. But for a humanoid boss fight, that fight is actually really solid. I like how it keeps you on your toes with, you know, the stuff that you can't parry, but it is admittedly a little bit unsure how you're supposed to dodge some of those attacks, and then, I don't know, Kingdom Hearts DMs, that's clearly what their inspiration was, but, you know, you can, like, counter those, right? I think the problem is you can't counter it. Solid game, though. But yeah, who knows how long the next one's gonna take. I'm sure when you have, like, extra characters, the other 2 characters, maybe the issue of being unable to punish enemies will go away. But kind of got to judge the game on what it is now, right? Which is it's a solid game, but it's lacking in content, and there are definitely some flaws. But, good game. See, my problem is when I keep doing a boss fight, I often play worse until I take a break. And the game can't be at fault of that, but it definitely does. It's not a perfect boss fight. I also had that problem, like that fight before her, where that big snake thing was at the top, and I couldn't get him to chase. He just wouldn't do it. The chase mechanic is the most janky thing about this game, which is kind of a shame because it's a cool mechanic, but sometimes it just doesn't work. And I would say improving that mechanic would make the game a lot less frustrating. Because it's like the boss doesn't attack forever. You know, if you dodge the attack, you're given a long window to punish. But, you know, sometimes the character just won't chase. So he's kind of stuck, like, staring at them, giving you a very clear moment to attack, but it just doesn't work. But, yeah, I would recommend that game. I mean, if anything, it's good for $20 now because they're going to raise the price. I wouldn't be surprised if it's like $30 to $40 once it's fully released, but yeah, you're looking at a normal blind playthrough like that where I didn't look at any guides or tips or anything and getting filtered by the boss fight. You're still only looking at like maybe 5 hours of content. And it's up to you if you decide that's good enough. Unfortunately, DMC5 is like permanently $20 now, so that's going to be a bit of a problem that they released with so little content. But what they have there, it's a very good foundation, and with a couple minor tweaks, like You know, maybe letting you break out of their DMs or something if you play well, or, you know, improving the chase mechanic so it works all the time and not sometimes. That's really all the game needs. The rest of it really is just, you know, you're not playing it properly, and hey, that's fine. But, you know, Ninja Gaiden is also 2 weeks away, and that's going to be, like, more of a complete game, even though it's, like, more than triple the price. I don't know. Ninja Gaiden 4 looks really good, but I think the problem is you're going to have to pay for the $90 edition for it to even be worth playing, because it seems like the DLC is going to add a considerable amount of content, especially for Ryu, who's only going to have one weapon at launch. And, like, Genokids has 2 weapons for everybody. Yeah, I'd recommend it. I actually really liked it. It's a good game. You just need to fix some of the jank, but there's character action games made by smaller teams that still have more resources and manpower that are more jank than Genokids. So that's a pretty big accomplishment, honestly. I've played some jank indie character action games, and Genokids is not one of those games. It's just got a couple things that are wrong with it, but nothing that's, like, impossible to fix. Oni-chan Bara's E2 Chaos is, like, still, like, a budget game, but they had, like, way more than 2 people working on it, but, like, the mechanics in that game are all messed up. You can't, like, interact with the bosses like Genokids. Genokids has way better boss fights, and it's only made by, like, 2 people. Z2 Chaos is only fun when you break it. It's not one of those games that's fun to play honest. Genokids is really fun to play honest, and I think that's a pretty big accomplishment, because Z2 Chaos is even more nuts with the tagging than Genokids is, but the boss fights don't really hold up very well. Like, they have defensive options, but they barely work, and they do no damage, and just bursting them down is easier and more fun. Genokids is way more of a tug-of-war kind of design, where you have to respect them, but they do give you hit stun. And you can, like, no damage them after a while. I definitely proved that there. But, it's just got jank in other places that aren't the way that the bosses are designed. Anyway, let's see what I feel like doing next. That was fun. I'll definitely leave them a review and relay that feedback to them. It's kind of interesting, though, that they, like, made 2, like, really high-quality boss fights, but then the core mechanic of being able to chase after enemies just kind of doesn't work most of the time. So it's at odds with the good design of the moveset and everything, where it can be challenging and it can filter you, but the way that you're supposed to counter it doesn't work. That's kind of the problem. It's like that one mechanic is messed up, and it makes that boss fight more frustrating than it should be. Because it's very easy to tell what they want you to do, but the mechanic doesn't work. It's kind of like Hades 2 at launch. Hades 2 at launch was very stiff with a ton of animation lock. It's like, well, it's a permadeath roguelike. You know, your character needs to be responsive, period. You need to be able to cancel out of stuff, and everybody told them that, and then, like, after, like, a couple days, they fixed it. It's like, yeah, everything else about the game was designed very well, but that one thing made it less fun and more frustrating to play. And that's kind of how, it's kind of how Genokids is. They just fix that one thing, and it's, like, a really good game. Anyway, let's do an Overrider run. Nah, it's not really Persona. It's more of it's more like Kingdom Hearts and DMC put together, with, like, the air combos and the way that the combat works. But then the bosses and stuff are like Kingdom Hearts, where they have, like, the desperation moves and the clear punish windows and stuff. And there's more hit stun than the average DMC boss fight. It definitely sets itself apart, but like I said, there's a couple things about it that are flawed. But, it's really impressive that that was made by 2 people. I mean, there's big-name action games that are a lot worse than that. That's the thing about it. There's things about it that are frustrating, yes, but, it's very impressive. It's impressive despite those things, because they clearly know what they're doing. Just need a little bit more polish. I don't know if people remember launch Hades 2, but the forums were a disaster because people were complaining about the animation lock, and then of course you had the people telling you to get good, even though it's a legitimate flaw. It's always funny when people do that, and then the developers agree. They're like, no, this shit sucks, we're gonna change it. They fixed it pretty quick, but how they got that far in development and didn't realize that, you know, having it be a permadeath roguelike and then you don't have full control over your characters. Not very fun. I feel like Hades 2 actually does still have that problem, though, to a degree, because, the slower weapons like the axe feel really bad still, because you can't dodge damage. Hades 2 is still actually pretty stiff. It's a lot better than it was, but the axe feels really bad. I don't know. Feels like the problem with the axe in that game is the fact that everything can do damage in the game, even like the fast, speedy weapon can do damage. So it being slow and making you take damage doesn't really... It's not a good trade-off. I like that game casually. I don't like it as much as this. I think the combat in this game is quite a bit better. You know, it's got the production values in the story. I totally get why people like it, but the combat is only okay, if you ask me. Too many instances where you can't avoid damage. Genokids is really solid. I couldn't recommend it enough. I'm sure that they will fix those issues. It's only a matter of time. Just depends on how receptive they are to feedback. But very impressive for two-man team and like barely any resources. I think the Kickstarter did pretty good actually. I like that about Lost Soul Aside as well, is boss fights felt pretty fair. The only problem with Lost Soul Aside was sometimes they just spammed particle effects and it was very unclear what you were supposed to do. But the hit stun was consistent, and that's more than a lot of games has. It was pretty good. Gotta go back and do hard mode. It's a good game. Definitely wasn't the Kusage that everybody said it was. That game was solid. I guess they're done doing major patches, so maybe it's time to actually go back and do the final 2 playthroughs. I haven't checked out that Immortal game for more than a few minutes. I'll probably maybe do that later today or tomorrow. That game seems pretty good, but the demo's kind of like average. Not the best tutorial. It's also like not on Steam, so a lot of people don't want to play it. Like, hey, I get that. Especially like if they're going to be updating the game, it kind of is buns to not have it on Steam. They definitely need to fix that. But that game seems solid too. Maybe not as polished as Genokids, but still good in its own right. The game just froze. Alright. That was weird. What the heck? No. Oh, man, the menu's all messed up. Well. That's the end of that for now. Literal bugged game mechanic. Well, I need to talk to Chris, the developer, and tell him to fix that, because, I'm not going to be playing that on stream or on videos until that's fixed. That's very annoying. Like the menu for the items and stuff stops working. But yeah, I guess I won't be playing Overrider for a while until it gets hotfixed. It's very obnoxious. Well, that was kind of going to be the last game of the stream, but I guess I'll do like one more game now. Yeah, the people at Nexon are on strike for usual capitalism stuff, meaning, you know, the games are generating millions and millions of dollars, and they're not getting paid well. Which is interesting because the Stellar Blade developers all got given like a PS5 and extra money or something for the game doing well. Yeah, and you have like Nexon, they make like way more money than Shift Up, and you know, they're treating them like dirt. Hey, they have a right to strike, but at the same time, you know, there was never any season pass for the game, right? So when or if those things get resolved, I don't know if anybody can really complain, because it was never it wasn't like a season pass, you know? Like, they're obviously going to do more with the game, otherwise they would have stopped patching it months ago, but it was never officially announced, and there was no way to pre-order it. So I think obviously it's an issue that they're going on strike, and as somebody who also doesn't make what he deserves, I understand that, but it's kind of weird how people were complaining about no DLC. It's like, well, they never really announced it. They alluded to it, but there was never any gameplay or details about it, and you certainly couldn't buy it. You know, when you put out a pre-order for a season pass, like Borderlands 4 is a good example, right? Like that season pass is adding a ton of stuff. It feels like it's like one of those games where the DLC is basically half of the content. You know, like, they have to put that out, right? Even if the game completely flopped, if it stayed at like overwhelmingly negative like Monster Hunter Wilds, they have to put it out. They're obligated to, because they're charging people for it. But Kazan never got to that point. They dropped a lot of hints and stuff that they were working on something, but it never really was anything substantial. It wasn't like, you know, hey, here's Kazan with a katana doing combos or something. It never once got to that point. So I think that people are kind of overblowing it a little bit. I mean, it's good that they're going on strike and not really wanting to work on the game until they get paid properly, because that's what all workers deserve. But at the same time, you know, they never officially said, like, hey, here's this DLC with, you know, an extra difficulty level and 3 different weapons and, you know, a new progression system or something. It never once got to that point. So I think people need to learn to just kind of move on, you know, like, if it gets more stuff, great. I thought it was a great game. I'd say the biggest problem with Kazan was the fact that it only had 3 weapon types, and then also the New Game Plus system just sucked, flat out. It was really bad. I just don't think it was very interesting. They managed to, like, copy Neo pretty good, but the New Game Plus was just kind of boring, because the only thing that was interesting was, you know, they did give you some more passive and active abilities, and you could make different builds and stuff, but it was just playing the same thing 3 more times. Personally, I don't think Kazan should get DLC until they're actually going to, like, rethink how they're going to do New Game Plus cycles, because it is, out of all the Souls-likes I played, which really are the only ones I played are the Team Ninja ones, Kazan has, like, the worst New Game Plus system out of all of them. It's just very boring. The enemy placements are the same. They don't get new moves. It's really just if you want to become busted, it's fun, but it doesn't really warrant another 3 playthroughs. That's kind of the problem. It felt like they put those 3 New Game Pluses in so that they could say that it had content, and, like, really, the good thing about Kazan was the fact that you could make builds on the first playthrough. Like, that part is objectively better than any of the Team Ninja games, because Team Ninja games, you basically have to buy the DLC and play the game, like, at least 2 more times to really make builds. And that was one of Kazan's biggest strengths outside of the combat, was the fact that you could make builds and stuff, and you didn't have to commit the time and effort to playing it, like, multiple times. But the New Game Plus is just kind of garbage, really. It doesn't change enough. It was fun if you wanted to do, like, combo videos and stuff, but outside of that, it had very little value. So, the more time it takes for them to resolve the strike stuff and put that out, the better. It was very lackluster. It definitely felt like a game that needed DLC. It was kind of like Rise of the Ronin. Rise of the Ronin is a solid game, but You know, it just didn't get any DLC. So even if you liked the slightly dumbed down and simplified combat, there just wasn't much to it. It needed, you know, another playthrough and like more weapons and more customization and stuff, and it just didn't get those things. So Kazan is kind of in the same boat, but they tried to do a new game plus, but you could tell that they put it in like last minute. It's just not interesting enough to warrant continuing to play it. That would be like the main issue. Hey, what's up, Jewel Maru? Hello. I'm figuring out what the last game's gonna be. But yeah, if they charge for DLC for that game, I'd say minimum they need like some kind of end game, you know, dungeon system, kind of like the Underworld and Neo 2. Definitely more weapons, because that is another thing about Kazan that's objectively worse than its inspirations, only having 3 weapon types. Now, granted, they have a lot of moves, and they all play very differently, and they're all viable for every boss, but only having 3 really sucks. But I don't know if I would really pay for like 3 more New Game Plus cycles if they're anything like the ones that are currently in the game, where it's basically just they increase the stats and you can get stronger. And some of the ways you can get stronger are admittedly pretty fun, but not enough to warrant playing it 3 times. I think that's definitely what they need to change. Out of everything, they need to change that the most. How's it going? I'm just chilling. How are you doing? Anniversary's in a week. You guys excited? 20th anniversary is in a week. 2 days after Absalom comes out is my 20th. Yeah, because on New Game Plus, like, bare minimum, should have at least changed the enemy spawns. But it doesn't, and that's the problem. It's just the same thing. In, like, deep action games, changing the spawns and adding more spawns and changing their attacks can basically make it into a new game, right? But Kazan doesn't have that. They fight the same, you know, they have more stats, and that's it. I'm all for them taking their time if they're gonna provide something more interesting than that. Because it is definitely the fault with that game for sure. Felt like they felt pressured to make a New Game Plus, but you could kind of remove it and the game wouldn't feel any different. That's the problem. It's probably just a budgetary thing, if you ask me. Just didn't have the budget to, or time to, like, make it worth playing more than once. If you care about achievements, I guess that's enough, but...
Welcome, O learned sage.
Yeah, we're gonna try to have some fun for the anniversary.
Let me see.
I haven't quite planned it out yet, but, I'll probably do it, like, multiple days.
What does my history reveal?
Multiple days of content. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. Yeah, it should be pretty fun. I'll do the best I can with minimal resources. I'll try to make it fun. I'll try to do some giveaways and everything, and probably maybe spend like at least a week. I'm planning on at least a week because of just how long I've been doing this. I don't think I could really fit it into one day. I've got most of the old games I played ready to go, so I think people will like that.
By my birthright.
Such courage in the face of
Once
fear.
more. I will not fail.
You bested Kronos again, didn't you, Flower? We'll...
Cold comfort. Rest now, all of you. Denied.
The strikes have been going on for a while. It's nothing new. I really don't know if it had as much of an impact on the
Some silver.
slower paced updates than people think, though. It seems like a DNF duel situation where they weren't like working on the DLC like after they finished the game and everything, so it was going to take a while as it is, but the strike is obviously slowing things down.
No, you don't.
I don't know. The game doesn't really feel built for DLC right now, to be honest. It really doesn't. It needs complete redesign of how the post-game content is done.
Out with
It's
you.
one of those games that had more content for the sake of having more content. Instead of it being, you know, necessary. It's kind of just there.
There.
Doesn't really have any value. Guess it's just hard to do New Game Plus for Souls games because there's already a pretty big standard for it, which is like the Team Ninja games, which had like more progression systems and like the bosses get new moves and the spawns are changed and stuff. Like it's worth playing again, but it's quite a bit of work compared to something like this where
There it is.
Something like this, where, you know, they do have the extra bosses and stuff, but
Let us together shine.
you know,
this
it's
night.
not the main reason why you keep playing. Most of it is the story.
I sense that you are
I mean, which is
growing
basically
closer
just
to
voice acting and
manifesting
still
the
images,
reality
right?
that we have long since
That's the
sought.
main thing that's supposed to
May
keep you
yet
playing.
drain whatever
Not like
light is left in
giving
him.
you crazy new gear and moves and stuff, and then like completely changing everything. But in a Souls-like, people expect that. So when you don't have it,
Phase
it
shift.
could be really hard because everybody's going to compare it.
It's quiet.
You run into a certain underworld button knowing about. You tell him I said hey?
Haste. That you, Arachne?
Neo 3 New Game Plus is going to be interesting because it's going to be more of a world tier type thing instead of playing the whole game again, I think. You know, like the game is going to scale up, but you won't like actually be playing through it again. It'd be interesting how that's going to work. I feel like that could go both ways.
Hit me then.
I mean, it should mean that you'd be able to skip like certain parts of content you don't want to do, which I think is pretty good. Neo Team Ninja New Game Plus kind of sucks at the beginning of the game's lifespan when it takes you have to play through like the whole game again, get the next mode, but then like they reduce the completion needed.
Hermes wanted me to tell you, hey, my lord. Of course, my lord.
Lim and Oros. Our enemy surely is beginning to wonder how you are able to thwart him.
Kronos seems to think my family bond with him is why I'm able to resist.
You have prepared yourself. 'Tis good. Crossed flames awaken. Join me, sisters.
Need to recharge.
Again. That blasted little toad.
It's no use.
Yeah, 20 this should be fun. I'll definitely play like some Basara. Probably some other stuff as well. A bunch of Muso games, roguelikes,
At last.
but probably extend it a little bit with
Which
like
one would
Muso
help?
games. Not Muso games, but retro games. I think that'll be fun. Yeah, I'm not gonna stress myself out over it though.
Beginning descent.
Luckily, I still have most of my games I keep playing are installed. And if they're not, they're on my deck. So,
There's that
think it
rancid
should be fun.
scent. I can't. Drown in it. Withstood that chaos curse I had.
You saying you got Kronos, didn't you, Sunshine? Last night.
What else is going on, though, man? Rude.
As you've made no attempt to snap my head from my shoulders, unlike many other things lurking about,
You give me such tokens of affection, full knowing I've already got a lot of them, and more important,
how could I ever forget you, Narcissus? Limestone.
I have one rule, and that's look, but don't touch, okay?
I've some affairs to settle in the lower reaches of the
Oh, it isn't my chamber. I just find the waters here particularly clean and reflective. There.
Thanks. A swarm of jellyfish. Olympus, I accept this message. Hold still.
Yeah? We'll see who gets there first. Enjoy.
everybody seems to hate the ending of this game. I saw it yesterday. It actually is pretty bad. I won't go into detail. I know a lot of people watch my VODs and they don't have time to watch when I'm live, but yeah, I think the complaints are warranted. But, I don't know. The writers are given an impossible task. Having to write a story for a type of game where you do the same thing over and over, hundreds or not thousands of times, is definitely not easy. The execution is definitely worse than Hades 1. I think that's more of the problem than anything. You know, they did a pretty good job at it last time, but then this time it's very suspect. Pretty big downgrade.
Yes, I accept this message. Go, Freenos. Appreciate the help.
Well, if it isn't the little name dropper.
Oh, I'm not after any sponsorships from him, and we're not friends. We merely have some business.
Business? With him? Then you must be somebody's kid, no? Sing along, everybody!
That was awkward. There.
Alright, well that's gonna do it for now. I'm gonna see if my neighbor is available. She might need some help today. I'm gonna go ahead and call it there. Thanks for watching, everybody. Decent stream. Getting filtered by Genokids. And then Overrider crashed. Not crashed, but soft locked. I should be back later. I'll probably do some Astral Chain, most likely. Because I did say that I was going to do that. But yeah. Definitely check out Genokids hard mode. Astral Chain. Probably just chill out until Absalom releases, because that's like the next major thing that I'm doing. I might peep the sale and see if there's anything else, but I don't know. I've kind of already gotten all the good stuff off the sale at this point, off Steam. There's a couple games, but they're like not really steeply discounted. I know I'm not going to get to them, probably not this month at all, unless it's something I can play on the kitty sitting stream. But then my Steam Deck is also physically handicapped currently, so that really limits the ability to play games on that thing. I'm not going to have money to get it repaired until like December at the earliest. So I'm not really buying a ton of games right now. I I might get some more stuff for Switch too. I do need to get a new memory card for that, but yeah, I gotta pay for it. Ninja Gaiden 4, which is gonna be $90, and then Double Dragon Gaiden is like $35, and then Xillia is $30. So we're looking at $150 on this channel. Luckily, most of the money my neighbors give me, both my neighbors that I work for, should cover most of that. And I'm sure some people will probably maybe drop some small donations for my 20th anniversary. So, but yeah, I'm not really looking to spam a bunch of games right now. Absalom's going to be the primary focus pretty much until Ninja Gaiden. And then immediately after Ninja Gaiden is Double Dragon, and then like a couple days later is Xillia. But Xillia is lowest priority because I've played it to death before, and it doesn't seem like they fixed the boss fights at all, so I'm not really interested in playing it until that gets modded out, but I don't know how long that's going to take. That's the lowest priority is Xillia. I'm still going to buy it. I'm probably even going to pre-order it today, but I don't really have a lot of interest in playing it right away. Unless the boss fights are fixed. It's very hard to tell, but then, like, you know, Grace's was even more overbearing with frustrating mechanics, like the way that hit stun works in that game with the accuracy system, and they didn't touch it at all. It's identical to the previous two versions of the game, so I wouldn't hold your breath that they're going to do that. It would be nice if they fixed it, but I don't expect it, so that game might have to get cut until November, which is good because it comes out like at the end of October anyway. We'll see. Anyway, I'm going to go figure out food and see if my neighbors need any help or anything. Probably get a gift card with the money that they're going to pay me, because I'm supposed to be helping her downsize all the junk in her house, and she's going to pay me. She didn't say how much, but it should pay for a decent amount of Ninja Gaiden, which is like the most expensive. That and a Switch 2 memory card is like the most expensive thing I need to get for the channel this month. Anyway, let me eat something, and we'll come back and do more gaming. Thanks for watching.